I'm therapeutic yoga professional Lisa Dumas, and I'm passionate about helping others meet, befriend, shift, and move through anxiety.
And I'm Amy Pruitt. I'm a registered nurse. I'm a yoga teacher. I own a yoga studio, and I'm very passionate about helping people move through grief and burnout.
Amy and I met at a training a few years ago, and we started working together, offering yoga and Ayurveda workshops together. And then that translated into us joining forces for a yoga and Ayurveda podcast, which basically illustrates how these sacred sciences support us in our very real lives as moms, as friends, as business owners, as partners, as daughters. And that podcast is called the Radiant Warrior Podcast. But we're here today to offer some of the tools that we talk about on our podcast and we talk about on our online course, A Radiant Year. And these tools are designed to help us lift a seasonal mood, because according to Ayurveda, this season is a little bit different than we would think.
This season is Kapha season. So we are moving out of winter towards spring. We're still in the cold season, but we're moving towards spring. And Ayurveda says that this time of year is ruled by Kapha. So Kapha is a dosha, it's a constitution, and it's part of what is inside of us. It's part of what makes up our body, but it also is how we connect to nature. So Kapha is made up of the elements of earth and water. And we can see that outside right now. In some parts of the world, the snow might be melting, not in my part of the world yet, but it is turning into Kapha season. So that earth and water element brings about the qualities of heaviness, of stagnation. It's still cold. And we want to balance that because we feel that in our bodies. You may feel that stagnation, that heaviness in your body or in your mind as well.
And Amy and I are always talking about how anything that comes up is okay. However, if you feel that a seasonal mood is really starting to get in the way of you stepping into who you want to be, then yoga and Ayurveda offers skills to harmonize us at this time of year. So if you are feeling the effects of the elements water and earth, if you're feeling heavy, congested, maybe even depressed, there are specific ways that you can move and specific techniques that you can use from the therapeutic world to help you feel a little bit better and to help you connect with the energy of the symbolic heart. And that really is such an important tool to break up a quality of heaviness. And you can think about it how we tend to be still a little bit more at this time of year. You can think about our gaze is maybe downcast if we're feeling a lower seasonal mood. So to pacify that, we want to open up. We want to look up. We want to look for what we are grateful for and anything else that helps us to open the heart, if you will. So a few practical tools for you that use our physical body, skills that enhance our energetic body in order to break through and connect us to more of a loving energy to break up any sadness, heaviness, or depression. So we invite you to sit up tall. There's nothing complicated here. If you know it to be okay for your spine, the first movement has you simply drawing circles with your torso. These are known as Sufi grinds, and you move in time with your breath. So you can round the spine, take your torso over in one direction out in front of you, shoulders back. And then as you begin to exhale, take your torso all the way back. Focus on long, big, deep breaths and come into your body and notice the sensations that you're creating. Notice how you're giving a massage to internal organs. So this is getting things going, getting things moving, which is what we want to do at this time of year. And you can switch directions. This movement is thought to enhance and increase our energy. And you can decide for yourself if that's true. It is a morning practice for me to warm up the spine and warm up the digestive system. Breath flowing, long, deep breaths. So not only do we want body to be moving more dynamically this time of year, we want to remember to move our breath, which is an assist to all the systems of our body. And then come back up to neutral. You can turn your palms up. And if it's okay to close your eyes, just notice if there's already been a shift. Now, eventually you can work your way up to doing that about 3 times each direction, starting going clockwise and then moving counterclockwise in those grinds. Now, there's also a specific way that we can breathe at this time of year that symbolizes releasing stagnation, congestion, or anything that feels old, right? This is the time of year to create space, to declutter, to break up congestion. So now I invite you, as you inhale, to feel and see the breath moving in through the nose, down through the throat, down into the chest, the home of this dosha kapha. And as you exhale, see and feel the breath moving back up and out. So it's just an imagination. Inhale in through the nose, down through the throat. Imagine that that inhale is breaking up and scooping and removing what doesn't belong. And then the breath is up and out. Just a few rounds on your own, in and down, swirling, scooping, removing, and exhale up and out. Now I mentioned that this dosha, kapha, K-A-P-H-A, on a physical level is thought to be located here in the chest. So that's when we can find that we have challenges with our respiratory system. We can feel very congested there. Sadness symbolically is felt here, right? Mm-hmm. And so the final technique that I'd like to offer you is something that I'm just doing sort of authentically here. Place a hand to the center of your chest and connect in with yourself. If a kapha mind, so a mind that feels heavy and clinging to old stories, to old limiting thoughts, has got you down this season, the simple act of placing hand to the heart and coming back to yourself and reminding yourself the truth about who you are, that you are more than your thoughts, you are more than your emotions. You can question your thoughts. You can use your emotions as guidance to help you in your journey. But the practice is to move away from defining ourselves based on what we think or what we feel. So with hand to heart, we come back to ourselves and maybe we simply inwardly think, everything's okay. Now, this is a mantra that is in English that was passed down to me from my teacher. And he offers an entire practice where just breath by breath, we are inwardly repeating to ourselves, everything's okay. And maybe you notice that once you think that thought, everything's okay, your mind then goes to aspects of your life that indeed are.
At this time of year, when you feel the effects of this heaviness, that stagnation, kapha is at play. And kapha can be clingy, it can be stagnant, it can hold on to these stories, like Lisa said. So I invite you as we close to take a few questions with you and maybe journal these questions after sitting in meditation or your yoga practice. But after a few moments of quiet, I invite you to explore the questions. What am I clinging to? What am I holding on to? And where am I ready to let go? Journaling these questions might be surprising what comes up. What am I ready to let go of? And this will go a long way in releasing any of those stories, thoughts, ideas, people, places, things that might be popping up during this kapha time of year.
Every week, Amy and I record a video that is full of techniques from the realms of therapeutic yoga, Ayurveda, personal development, and Western science that give us skills for our physical body, for our energetic body, for our mind and our emotions in order to dive deeper into our center. Our program is called A Radiant Year, and it's a seasonal program because as seasons change, we need different tools and skills in order to feel harmonized. So we have been offering a Radiant Winter to our participants, but we have a Radiant Spring coming up at the end of March, just following the spring equinox. So please visit aradiantyear.com and check out all of the information and come and join us and receive a class just like this to your inbox every week, filled with accompanying downloaded information to support you.